Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft and we mock it, giving our views, thoughts, and opinions. We haven't done one of these, it feels like a lifetime because free agency just started. Now it's starting to cool off. Really, the only big name left out there feels like Terran Armstead. Dolphins, don't know what you're doing. Go sign him. Ha ha ha. Hee hee hee. And obviously, the Baker controversy, hey, trade me. Browns, you ain't going nowhere, son. And then obviously Deshaun Watson. But Mike Renner, PFF's own Mike Renner, was so kind to put a 3-round mock draft for us. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comments section below. I always love having that nice, beautiful football discourse. Positional rankings, that'll be coming out on the channel. We have OT, or offensive line, came out today. Probably have a defensive position tomorrow, so be there for that. Saturday we will be doing, Saturday noonish, we'll be doing, well, I guess depending on where you are in the US of A, we'll be doing a walk the mock, so check that out. I should be dropping when I do that sometime today. Let's go ahead and get into it. Gojo's getting all skittish behind me. He's so eager. He wants to see who the number 1 pick is, but hey, this is like the favorite, Aiden Hutchinson. No surprise, him going to the Jags. Not much to talk about with this sucker, but this one's interesting. Detroit Lions going to Kem Ikwanu. Right now, the current favorites, the bet-in favorites for the Detroit Lions is, because I know, based on my last mock draft, some Lions fans won't like this. Well, get over it. Malik Willis. And then Kyle Hamilton. I think Kyle Hamilton might be the more plausible one, but I think Malik Willis is a bit interesting. I really hope it's Malik Willis just so I could stick it to those Lions fans. Like, oh, no, we signed our backup quarterback. Matter of fact, we brought back David, Blow? I don't even know. Golly, man, the Lions fan. It seems like every mock draft video, one of the fan bases just rubs me the wrong way. It's not even you disagree with me, it's how insulting you are. Golly, man, I wish I could save these comments and then just go back to, hey, I told you so. Golly. Anyway, Kemp's a good pick. That's fun. They would have a pretty darn effective offensive line. With Sewell there, they talk about Taylor Decker eventually replacing him. I don't know what his contract looks like, so I'm just gonna go with Mike's word on it and be like, oh yeah, it's kind of a fun pick there. Houston Texans go Evan Neal, and I kind of agree with them here. Even if they don't move Laramie Tunsil, it doesn't look like, based on how the coaching staff was with Tyus Howard last year, that they really don't want to move him to tackle. He played left tackle for a couple games and they moved him back to guard. And I feel like his best games of the season came at tackle. So I really feel like they don't plan on making him a tackle. I don't know why. But yeah, so Evan Neal comes in, becomes a right tackle. Still got Howard there at left. So, and you got a couple of replacement level starters in free agency. Good for you, Texans. You're gonna be tanking again. KT going to the Jets. I feel like receivers really gonna be in play for the 10th pick. And offensive, they don't necessarily have to go offensive line. It's not a necessity. If they want to go with KT, that's fine. They could go KT. KT's a great prospect. He's number 4 on my big board. So I like it here. Nothing to complain about. Let's see what they do at 10. That's what I'm curious about. And then the Giants go Charles Cross. You kind of have to, because you got a big brain it. You don't know what the Panthers are going to do, so why risk it? Just be like, oh, maybe they won't take Cross at 6. And then you miss out on them, and then you're here at 7 like, well, do we reach, or do we just take the best player available? It's like, no, just get your tackle now. So they grab Cross. That's smart. Are you tired of spending $80 to $100 on your favorite team's jerseys just to watch those players go to greener pastures? then check out Team Jersey Pros. They do custom-made shirts, jerseys, and hoodies, and with promo code Broshmo, all caps, you get 10% off that order. You can get some fine drip for only 30 to 60 bucks, depending on how you want to customize it. You can go with a football jersey, basketball jersey. I personally went with a baseball jersey. Even got the logo there. It just looks nice. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. Don't forget promo code Broshmo, all caps, gets you that 10% off. But anyway, back to the video. Carolina Panthers. Yeah, they go Malik Willis. I don't disagree with this one too much. It really depends on who makes the final call. Is it Matt Rule? Because Matt Rule's like, hey, I need to save my job. We need to go quarterback. And then you got Fitter? I forgot how you say the GM's name. But he's typically in the realm of, hey, can we just take the best players available? So it'll be interesting to see what Carolina does with this pick if they can't land Deshaun Watson. But he has Malik Willis here. I think Malik Willis is definitely in the cards here. And then the New York Giants, they go with Travon Walker. A lot of upside with Travon Walker. He's going to be a top 10 pick. It's just going to be the thing, man. He tested out like a monster. People look at how Rashawn Gary progressed, and they think he probably has a similar, maybe a similar developmental or career arc, or at least first contract arc, where it's like takes him about a season and a half before he really just puts it all together and gets going. So, yeah, Travon Walker, man, top 10, here he comes. And then Atlanta Falcons, they go Jermaine Johnson. I'm still in the wheelhouse. They go corner. They brought in Casey Hayward, which I thought was a very weird scheme fit for Dean Pease, but he's a good player, but he's not a long-term player. He's only on a one-year deal. He's a veteran, but yeah, I get it. They don't have pass rushers either. They don't have receivers either. It feels like they have to go receiver now. They legit have Kyle Pitts, and that's your tight end. They have nobody. Not even Cordero Patterson. So, yeah, rough. It feels like Atlanta. I think the best option for Atlanta is to trade back, take receiver. All right, Seattle Seahawks take Trevor Penning. It's no secret. Seahawks, they're not going to be good for a minute. So why not go with, shoot, I don't know, a player that you think has a lot of upside and you don't mind developing because you know you're not going to be competing for at least the next year or two. So, yeah, I really think Trevor Penn is going to get drafted higher than where I have him on my big board. I've kind of made amends with that. I've kind of, is that how you say it? I'm coping. I'm kind of like, it's going to happen. It's acceptance. It's like, you know, you got the stages of grief. One's denial. I'm at the acceptance period. I accept that he's going to go higher, much higher than I would take him. Not even much higher than I would take him, just higher than where I have him. The Jets, they go Sauce, though, instead of a receiver. I mean, this pairs it up with what? Wow, I forgot that Kyle Hamilton was on the board. To be fair, they did bring in... Who did they bring in? They re-signed LaMarcus Joyner. They brought in Jordan Whitehead. I don't think that stops me from taking Kyle Hamilton, because Joyner, honestly, feels like more of a slot or a guy that can play free too. But I mean, having a lot of teams like having three safeties on the field at once anyway. And then, again, receiver. I feel like that's one position they've kind of neglected right now. They brought in DJ Reed, which, hey, low key, that's a great signing in my book. I really think he's very underrated. So they don't necessarily, I don't mind bringing in competition, but I think I'd probably I think I'd probably go Kyle Hamilton here. Or trade down since the receivers are kind of like falling. Kyle Hamilton is going to Washington. Great pickup. This ought to help Carson Wentz and company. But it really is a great pick. I feel like this is the floor for how far Kyle Hamilton can fall. And then Trent McDuffie is actually the second corner off the board, going to the Vikings. I do agree he's a good fit. I'm kind of curious if, honestly, if any team were to take McDuffie, I think it would probably be this squad here. Like he would kind of fit. He's kind of I would say he's a Darius Williams type. It's not a comp. That's just I think they would perform a similar role. But I do think corner's probably the play for the Vikings. Cleveland Browns first receiver off the board. It's Drake London because they gotta help whoever's playing quarterback back there. I really think it's probably gonna end up being what? I don't know, man. It's weird. Is it Garoppolo? Where does Jimmy G land? It sounds like Baker's not gonna be playing here. Interesting. I don't know. But they get whoever's playing quarterback, they're going to have Amari and they're going to have London. And they keep in mind they did who was Demetric Felton. They have that cat in the slot. They have a speedster out there and Anthony Schwartz, and they also have Donovan Peoples-Jones, so it's a decent receiving core. Baltimore Ravens, Jordan Davis makes all the sense in the world. They're kind of old in the middle of that defense. Hopefully y'all get Za'Darius back. Apparently he was like, you know what? Maybe I'm worth more money than this. So, I'm not going to sign here, Baltimore. I don't know. We'll see. But, not Davis. Good pickup. I think, I honestly probably, like, everyone likes him to the Chargers. I think Chargers going to have to trade up to get him if they want him. Philadelphia Eagles, Derek Stanley. Phenomenal pickup. If he falls, guy's got high-end upside. And then Devontae Wyatt, Fletcher Cox actually just got released. So this is actually a really good pickup to pair up with guys like Milton Williams and obviously, what is it, Javon Hargrave, right? I know it's Hargrave, but Hargrave was freaking stellar last year. What else we got going on? We haven't had a quarterback in a while. This feels like the area where we might start seeing quarterbacks go. All right. Jameson Williams going on the Chargers. Not necessarily a necessity, but I mean, having that speedy outside threat while you have guys like Josh Palmer and Keenan Allen who could like play inside the slot. You bring back Mike Williams. Like, I mean, it's fun. Yeah, why not get all the weapons you can? I wouldn't mind going, well, maybe a Bernhard Raimann, Zion Johnson. I think those are in the cards. I think trading down, honestly, might be one of the better things, but it is what it is. New Orleans Saints get Garrett Wilson. Let's see if they get Deshaun. But if they get Deshaun, obviously this pick's not going to be theirs. They're not trying to trade away any of the guys they just restructured. So, like, I don't know how Houston will pull it off because Deshaun, like, man, it's like I think a trade to the Panthers would be more fruitful for the Texans because obviously you're going to get maybe guys back like maybe a DJ Moore, a Brian Burns. A Christian McCaffrey might just really be a throw-in at this point, but I think it's gonna be like you're gonna get like either a Brian Burns or a DJ Moore with that trade along with picks. And the Saints, I think they're not gonna be trading their stars, maybe more so like a Paulson Adebo maybe gets moved in the trade, but I don't think they're gonna be giving a lot of I don't think they're gonna be as willing to give up as many stars as the Panthers. While maybe for Deshaun, he wants to go to the Saints. It's a better situation, but Carolina's the better offer. And he's like, no, I don't want to do Carolina. Like, it's going to be real weird. Good pick by the Saints, though. They do need receiving help. George Karlaftis going to the Eagles. I like this pickup. I mean, even if it's great value. And, yeah, okay, they brought in Hassan Reddick, who honestly he's not like a traditional edge two. He's more of this guy that like he rotates in often, and a guy with Brandon Graham again, like as Mike puts it here, nearing the end of the line. They do have Sweat there. Like there's no harm in having a good rotation. The top corners, you got Stanley, so I guess who cares. Linebacker could be an option, but this linebacker, let me tell you, the beginning, like you're better off probably taking linebacker on day 2 than you are drafting one in the first round. At least in the top 20, I would say. The Pittsburgh Steelers take Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I think a lot of us could agree probably Trubisky's not the future. I'm not a big Kenny Pickett fan, but almost everyone's going to tell you Kenny Pickett's probably going to get drafted in the first round. Because I'm pretty sure Mike Renner doesn't even have a first round grade on Kenny Pickett. A lot of people don't. Then again, a lot of people do. And it's not just the hand size, guys. Golly, man. But I think Pittsburgh might opt for... Oh, I don't know, man. Maybe a Zion Johnson, guy who can play tackle. Maybe they actually go tackle. Berhan Ryman. Because maybe they... I don't think they necessarily want to go with a Dan Moore at left tackle again. So maybe Zion Johnson, actually. I think Zion Johnson might be a good pick here. All right, here it is. The New England Patriots, Devin Lloyd. Okay, they did trade for Mack Wilson, and that's, I guess, technically like a Dante Hightower replacement. Devin Lloyd is a better comp to Dante Hightower than Mack Wilson. And Mack Wilson's kind of been this... he's been hurt, but even when on the field, he hasn't been excellent. You know, he's been average, if not below. So if they want to go with Devin Lloyd, then yeah, that's A-okay with me. Then we got Chris Olave going to the Raiders. Yeah, why not address the offense here? I might pull the trigger on one of the offensive linemen because I thought they did some good things with the defense thus far in free agency. But Olave is a good pickup as well. And then Cardinals go David Ojabo. They lost Chandler Jones. They haven't really been able to do much in free agency, so if it's top guy on your board, it's top guy on your board, take him. I'm not against it. He kind of probably fits into like a Hassan Reddick role early on. And then Boye Mafe, going to the Cowboys because they did lose Randy Gregory. Got taken away from them right under their noses. Rough. But Boye Mafe, man, he's a good prospect. He just jumped 41.5 inches at his pro day. Kind of ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm kind of cool with this. Maybe offensive line. I'm not going to lie to you. Offensive line kind of feels like a need now. Kind of does. Buffalo Bills, they go Zion Johnson. That's great, man. They just brought in Roger Saffold. So, yeah, grabbing someone that could play the other guard spot. Saffold will probably be right. So you could bring in Zion Johnson to be left. They got Mitch Morris. Obviously, the tackle situations. It's got Spencer Brown and... What was it? Deion Jones, right? No, not Jones. Deion Dawkins. And then they have Darrell Williams, free agent now. I don't know why they released him. But, oh yeah, Cody Ford. Is he even on the team anymore? Who knows? But yeah, not a good pickup. I like it. Matt Corral going to the Tennessee Titans. Could be. I get it, he's expensive. Or at least Ryan Tannehill is expensive. I would probably go with Sam Howell. I'm higher on Sam Howell. But yeah, this is weird, man. I don't really know how a lot of the NFL feels about Matt Corral. All the reports I've read, it just seems so up and down. But again, that's the quarterback class. Welcome to the 2022 quarterback class. It's kind of how it is. But yeah, if they grab quarterback here, it's more so for the future. Tannehill is just kind of like probably one more year and done. Lewis Sign's a fun pickup for the Buccaneers, especially since a Zion Johnson didn't make it here. Not that they... they still got one more guard spot to fill unless it's going to be like Robert Hainsey that ends up playing the right guard spot, I believe. I forgot. Yeah. Shaq Mason, left guard, I believe. But Lewis Sign, yeah, man. I mean, this allows Mike Edwards to be like more versatile around the line of scrimmage. Lewis Cine, excuse me, has a bit more range than I would have expected. I thought he was probably going to be more of this split high guy. Not to say he's like a center fielder, not like Antoine Winfield, but again, a bit more athletic than I expected. Green Bay Packers, Bernhard Raimann. Offensive line, it's not bad. It's not a bad get. I'm high on Raimann. I think he's 16 on my board right now. So good get. Miami Dolphins, Tyler Linderbaum. I'll take it. Can't believe he falls this far. I don't know, man. This draft's going to be interesting. That Iowa Pro Day is going to be big for Linderbaum since he was unable to perform at the Combine. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll take it. If he falls all the way to 29, I will gladly take it. Kansas City Chiefs go Kaiir Elam. I like this, man. Kaiir Elam, I feel like, will be... Then if there's a fourth corner taken in the first round, it will be him. I mean, we've seen guys like Kyler Gordon, but then he didn't exactly come in, weigh in, or test how we kind of expected at the Combine. And then there's Andrew Booth, who's been he couldn't perform at the Combine or his pro day because of injuries. So I think that allows Elam to come back in and be like, hey, I played hella good in the SEC for 3 years. So they did just lose Ward, so it's a good fit. Good fit. Travis Jones going to the Bengals. I like that. I like this one. Another team that I wouldn't mind probably could go offensive line if they want to. They could go corner, but I think Travis Jones is a fine pickup. Ogajobi, obviously, he's gone. Reader, Hill, they liked a good rotation there. Like, all those guys got a healthy amount of snaps, so Travis Jones coming into that, ooh, that would be FIFA fierce. And then Treylon Burks making it all the way down here. Can you imagine? DJ Chark, Treylon Burks, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they still got Josh Reynolds, who's like the best receiver 4 in the league. So, like, yeah, it's kind of lit. It's kind of lit. I like that. All right, let's take a look. I don't think he includes, I think he just makes picks here rather than explain what goes down. So let's go ahead, take a look at how he does this. We could probably just go ahead and like scroll up. All right, Jaguars get Leo Chenal. Listen, I think they need a bit more meat in the middle because Foye Oluokun, that's not really him. You know, while he's good enough run stuffer, but like missed tackles were an issue last year. Chenal, not a bad problem. It's not even a problem. It's not an issue. He tested out way better than I expected. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Don't be surprised if he's off the board before Nakobe. Don't be surprised if he's the first linebacker off the board. I'll just say that. Breece Hall going to the Lions. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't really get that one. I guess they want a better one, like a better 1-2 punch with DeAndre Swift. Maybe they're like, yeah, Jamal Williams, it's kind of whatever. Nakobe Dean's a good pickup for the Jets. They need help at linebacker. Hey, Sam Howell's a good get for the Giants, man. If they snag him in the second, dude, that's like low key. That does put the pressure. Tyrod Taylor ain't gonna put the pressure on DJ. Sam Howell though would. Jalen Pitre, Houston Texans. They just take a fine slot player here. What's this fly doing in here? Just landed on my mic. I don't know if y'all could hear that. Daniel Falalele, this is going way higher than I anticipate. I think this might be a more predictive mock draft for Mike Renner, but yeah, I could see Falalele going higher than where I have him. I think he's like in the 80s for me, just because he's so raw. So raw, and it's just like I don't know, you expect some nastiness to that game. He's more of a, hey, I'm a mountain, get around me, than an actual force of nature. So I guess, hey, he's coming into a situation where they could develop him, so it's not a bad spot, I guess, to take him. Andrew Booth, good pickup for the Bears. And then we see Arnold Ebiketie going to the Seahawks. I like that. He's got a lot more get-off than you expect. Then they go with Quay Walker. That's another cat that Well, a lot of people actually have him a lot higher than I do. He's more in the 70s range for me. I don't know. It is what it is. Sorry, not sorry. Tested out pretty good at Georgia's Pro Day, though. Not better than my boy Tyndall, though. Love Tyndall. Hey, the Colts get their quarterback of the future here, and Desmond Ridder. Good for them. George Pickens, another one that every one of their moms mad that he didn't make my top 10 receivers. And it's like he's on the outside looking in, man. It's just we haven't seen a good year of football from him since 2020. Really? Has it been? I mean, to be fair, they had him on a pitch count when he was on the field for Georgia during the playoffs. He looked pretty all right, but I'm just gonna go and verify this real quick. I guess we could take a look at some other picks while we're here. Jahan Dotson. Wow, they double up at receive. Okay. I know that's something Alex from Hail Mary Podcast liked. I don't know if they do that, though. Maybe Mike Renner just forgot he drafted a receiver for them in the first round. Hey, man, I've been there, dude. It's hard to remember what you do for teams necessarily when you're doing mocks. Especially when you're doing it for all of the teams. All right, where art thou? There you are. Pickens. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not like his 2020 was great. Because wasn't he coming off an injury before the season there, too? Yeah, he was. He didn't start till the 4th game. So really, he hasn't had a banger year since 2019. So how about y'all give him some Derek Stingley love? Kenyon Green be a good pickup for the Ravens here at 45. Roger McCreary, hey, keep going corner, man. You got a lot of corner spots to fill there, Vikings. Kyler Gordon, not a bad pickup. You don't have to start him right away. Daxton Hill, I like him back there for the Bears. That's a good pickup. Brisker is also a good pickup for the Saints. Because, I mean, it's not like Malcolm Jenkins. You don't know when he necessarily will call it quits. He is a bit of an older guy. Drake Jackson getting some pass rushing help. He's more of this wide 9 guy. I don't know. Everyone keeps saying, oh, he's up to 270, and then he comes to the combine at 254. I don't know. We'll see his pro day, but I don't think he's 270, guys. Brian Asamoah. This is kind of the MO of what the Eagles have taken recently at linebacker. They like these guys that are rangy and long. Hasn't really worked out yet, but I think it could with Asamoah. Perion Winfrey be an interesting pickup for the Steelers, playing probably a 3-4 end. Chad Muma's a great pickup for the Raiders. I like that. Let's go ahead and just scroll up quite a bit. And then we got Tyler Smith of the Patriots. That's great. He could literally take Shaq Mason's spot immediately if you need him to. Christian Watson's a good pickup for the Cardinals. It's a shame they don't throw deep a lot. That's just the offense. That's how it's designed. Logan Hall's an interesting pickup for the Cowboys. I think they need to get more meat in the middle, so I'm not on board with that one. Emerson's a good pickup for the Bills. You got Kenneth Walker going to the Falcons. That one kind of makes sense, but I could go after maybe better positions and then look to running back in another draft. Next year's draft class at running back is going to be nuts. Sky Moore going to the Packers, so they must really, really hate Amari Rodgers. Trey McBride going to the Bucks, because technically Cameron Brate's the only tight end they have on roster right now. So that makes sense there. Nick Bonito, they like their edge rushers there in San Fran, so if he's the highest guy on their board, why not? Kingsley Agbaji, he fits the MO that the Chiefs go for there at edge. So, yeah. Abraham Lucas is a fine pickup for the Bengals. I like that. Christian Harris. Makes sense, man. They need more linebackers. They only brought back Josie Jewell. They need to add more linebackers. This is their first pick, by the way, too. All right, on to the third round. Let's go ahead and scroll this up. Justin Ross. He looked pretty good today. I think it was, yeah, earlier today at Clemson's pro day. So good on him. I'm still waiting to hear back for like the medical stuff. Like they're gonna personally call me. I'm still waiting to see something about the medicals and how he tested out. There's Damian Clark, I like him, dude. I think he's gonna translate exceptionally well. That's a good pickup for the Lions. Durian Kennard, that's fine. You don't have to start him right away if you're the Giants, so it's a good pickup. He's probably going to end up being a guard anyway, so yeah. DeMarvin Leal, that's a good pickup there at 68 for the Texans. Oh, wow, he's got Josh Williams way up here. Like, listen, man, I don't know how he, like... All right, let's go take a look at this. Because, like... I guess we have to wait till his pro day to see how he do in the 3-cone and the shuttle. But I get it that he's like a long corner, like that's what 6'3", almost has 33-inch arms. It's kind of wild. And I thought he was pretty impressive at the what do you call it? The Senior Bowl. I thought he looked better than the other guy that people will probably compare to him just because he's another small school guy, Zion McCullen. But McCullen tested out freaking phenomenally. I don't know. That's interesting. It's just interesting to see him go that high. I got him as an early day 3 guy. That's interesting. I'm going to make that note. I'm kind of curious. I need to look into that. Like, what's the buzz? Because really, I've only seen his Senior Bowl stuff. Good luck trying to find Fayetteville State all 22. Greg Dulcich. This feels a bit early to go tight end in this class, at least. I don't really think there's a tight end like after McBride. I don't think I would touch the tight end class until day 3. But I like Dulcich, man. He's a good receiving option. Jamari Sawyer is a good pickup for the Bears, who just lost James Daniels? Yeah. Amari Barno, man. Listen, I know he tested out well, but I think this is still a bit early for him. Because, I mean, they bring in Nwosu for that KJ Wright type of role. I don't know. That's interesting. Tyreek Woolen would be a good pickup for the Colts. There's Jalen Tolbert of the Falcons. That's a great pickup. Great value. Nicholas Petit-Frere. There's your right tackle of the future. Cameron Thomas. It's kind of like, I guess, a smaller poor man's Derek Wolfe. Dylan Parham. Low key, man. There's your center of the future. Forget Bradbury. I like that pickup. Troy Anderson, they did bring back Anthony Walker, so if they want to take time to kind of develop Anderson, that's nice. Daniel Bellinger, man, this was a cat after he tested out because I didn't like him too much at the Senior Bowl. He got a lot of praise, and then he tested out like a freaking monster, and I'm like, I might need to go back and look at him, and he's all right. Like, I don't know, I still feel like the highest I'm taking this guy is the 5th round. So that's interesting for the Chargers. Josh Pascal, man. Texans just taking good players. Ed Ingram going to the Giants, getting more offensive line help. I like the Sean Ryan pickup. He could end up being a tackle or a guard. And they did just lose Mark Lewinsky. John Mechie going to the Eagles is kind of nice. He feels more like a slot guy, though, with them. Rashad Walker, bam, developmental tackle, man. If things don't work with Okora 4, probably still didn't say that right. then maybe you could go to Walker early on. Then we got Fedarian Mathis to the Patriots. Hey, man. Him and Christian Barmore get to kick it. Yo, straight up, guys, Raiders, Darion Kendrick. I'm not taking Darion Kendrick till like round 5 or 6. He ran a 4.75 at his pro day. Those 40 times, you expect him to be better than at the pro day than they would be at the combine. He didn't run it at the combine. No surprise. 4.75. Listen, you still want to lean on the tape, but I don't think I'm not touching Darion Kendrick till like round 5. Like that's just bad. David Bell be an interesting option. He's him. Hey, dude, you reunite him and Rondale. That's kind of fun. Channing Tindall to the Cowboys is a good pickup. I like Kirby Joseph. This is this guy you could develop. Since guys like Hyde and Poyer, they're like in their 30s now, aren't they? If not, they're like 29 or 28. Poyer is 30. Hyde. 31. Hey, got it right. I love Jelani Woods, dude. He's still probably going to be a bit of a project. He's a guy that he's not a fluid athlete, but like if at tight end, man, if you're looking for a guy that could be a mismatch on a crosser or even like just up the seams, he's kind of that. Donovan West is an interesting choice here to be kind of your, I guess, center of the future. Beavers, dude, that's a good pick for the Packers, man. I like that. There's Brian Cook to the Niners. That's all right. Wow, Alec Pierce really went far down here. Going to the Chiefs. That's exactly, I think, the type of player the Chiefs want. Isaiah Likely going to the Bengals. He's fine. He's fine as long as he's not your blocking tight end. Matthew Butler is a good pickup for the Broncos. That's a lot of good value. Jeremy Ruckert, I think all around, solid player. Not a bad addition for the Lions. There's my boy Alex Wright going to the Saints. It's a good developmental cat. Dude, Cole, freaking strange. He can play guard or center. Ooh, watch out for him. There's Zion McCullum going to the Ravens. They would probably like a cat like him. Bailey Zappi to the Saints. I don't think Zappi goes till day 3. We'll see, though. Dolphins get James Cook. Calvin Austin, another receiver for the Chiefs, man. Okay, interesting. Marcus Jones, so they kind of get the return man in a slot. And then, dude, Khalil Shakir. Ooh, that's nice for the Niners. I kind of like that. That's interesting. Let me know what y'all think about this. It was very long. I tried to get through it pretty fast while still giving my thoughts. But, you let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Go ahead and do that YouTube thing. As always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.